Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to our devotion this morning from See-Through Church North City in Hamilton, and it is Friday the 24th of April. The title of my message today, my devotion today, is called The Promises from God. And I recognise that negative emotions can very easily fall into our lap, and we get worried about things and concerned about what's going on during this lockdown time. And I really believe that we need to shift our focus from the circumstances that surround us right now and focus on what God's promises are, because God has promised that He will never leave us or forsake us. So let's remember that God is a God who loves us unconditionally, that He is sovereign ruler of the universe, and that He can bring good out of the bad situations, for He is a very good God. God is also faithful and has given us promises so that we don't lose hope for the future. So very quickly, I just want to share 4 promises with you today. And the first one is that God is greater than you think. It says in Jeremiah 32 verse 17, "O sovereign Lord, you did indeed make heaven and earth by your mighty power and great strength. Nothing is too hard for you." Amen to that. God is more than able to handle any crisis or meet any need that we have in our life. He has infinite abilities, and God is all-powerful, sees everything, knows everything, and is in complete control. He has no limitations, which is a wonderful thing. I love the words out of that song, that worship song, Waymaker, which says that God is our Waymaker. He is our miracle worker, promise keeper, and light in the darkness. Amen. The second point and the promise that I want to make today is from the word hope. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23 says, "Let us hold tightly, without wavering, to the hope that we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep His promise." God gives us that amazing promise of hope for the future. He is a God who is in control, and hope is a great, great weapon in our armory. The third point that I want to make today is that God is dependable. And it says in Hebrews 11 that now faith is being sure of what we hope for, being convinced of what we do not see. Now without faith it is impossible to please Him. For the one who approaches God must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who seek Him. So that tells us that we need to seek Him with all our heart, soul and mind. And that God is pleased when we live our lives trusting Him. And the last point that I want to make is, let's always be thankful. One of my favourite verses, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18 says, "Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Jesus." God is at work in our lives every day, church, but sadly, sometimes we get so preoccupied with worry and fear that we don't notice what God is doing right now. He has blessed you today with good things, and we need to shift our focus from the future to the present and acknowledge the gifts that God has already given us. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and contentment. Focus on what you have and thank God for it. I pray that you'll be blessed today. Amen.